Happy Thursday, guys. There was no greeting video today, so I'll talk to you really quick on here. I decided to modify today's lesson based on the responses and a lot of questions we had on the independent practice from yesterday. So what I'm actually going to do today is go over a few of the problems from yesterday's worksheet and answer some of the questions that a few of you had in regards to looking at the number line. The practice today is similar to yesterday, so I wanted to make sure that all of you understood how to look at the number line, even when the denominator is not the same. It is almost Friday, guys, so I'm super excited. I'm sure you guys are too. Just a few messages before we start. A lot of you, I'm seeing, not all of you, but some of you are going straight to the exit slip and not necessarily turning in the practice. I'm not sure if you guys are just doing it on paper and then not submitting it to me, but I would like to see your answers just to see so I know who's understanding. Okay, so we're going to go through a few of the questions, not all of them. Number 1 and 2 was pretty self-explanatory because the number line matched the denominator. So we're going to focus on number 3 and 4. I pulled this directly from the worksheet from yesterday. And so what you see here is a number line where they only have it in 2 halves, which is perfectly normal. If you actually have a ruler at home, you can see that the ruler is broken into halves, fourths, eighths, and there's so many lines on a ruler. What we have here is they gave us a number line with just halves. It doesn't mean that we can't figure out where fourths are, sixths are, and so on and so on. We just have to, I think the easiest way is build another number line below it. So what I did here is do exactly that. The question number 3 and 4 were asking where can I locate 3/4, and number 4 was where can I locate 2/4. Well, this number line obviously was not cut into fourths. So what I did below, and I did this ahead of time because you know Miss San Juan's drawing is not the best. But I did make a number line the same size because we're still dealing with the same whole part. So that part has to be the same. So here's my number line. Here's that half that you see here is right here. It's the same half. But now you notice that this is not just cut into 2 parts. This number line actually has 1, 2, 3, 4 unit fraction spaces, or 4 parts. So we know that this number line is actually cut into fourths. So some of you have not had much practice on this because this is right where we left off before spring break. So that's why I would rather you get a paper and practice drawing them. Now, some of you are probably asking, well, how do I know where to put the lines? Like I said, this is similar to an open face rectangle. It's just missing the roof, okay? If I were to put a roof on this number line, then you would see a rectangle with 4 pieces. And I know all of you guys can draw rectangles. So just think of a number line as a house or a shape without a roof. It doesn't even have a... So if I were just to put a roof, then you can see that there are 4 parts. So if you need to do that for the first few times and then just erase the top so you can see the number line is cut equally, go ahead and do that. But here I still made the same size number line and I still cut it in half first. So even though we're not dealing with halves, we know that halves are cousins of fourths and fourths are also cousins of eighths. So if I wanted to make this into eighths, I would first build my regular number line, cut it in half, and then cut each half in half. That would get our fourths. And if I wanted eighths, I would cut each piece here in half, and that would get me eighths. They're all related, guys. So 3/4, well, here's 0. I'm going to jump 1, and I labeled it. That's 1/4. I'm going to jump again. That's 2/4, or you guys can see is an equivalent to 1/2. They're the same equal fraction. It takes 2 pieces to get halfway through that number line if we're dealing with fourths. So that's how 2/4 and 1/2 are equal. Now if I jump again, I get to 3/4, and then I jump again, I get to 1/2 or 4/4. And I'm hoping some of you who had questions and emailed me yesterday are looking at this number line. The easiest way to do this type of assignment is to redraw a number line the same length, because then you can compare it. Now I can compare and just look above and say, okay, which one they're asking for 3/4? Well, which letter is the closest to this 3/4? And if I just pull my arrow above, it's C. And that's how you can figure out which fraction goes in this number line, because they're only going to give you one number line, guys. You have to figure it out by drawing another number line and comparing it. Some of you have seen this on ST Math, where you had to have some sort of estimation. They didn't put the lines for you. You had to picture it in your head and break apart the number line into however many parts they're asking. So since we know C is 3/4, 2/4, actually, what we talked about is equal in halves. So that would have been B. And make sure when you guys are answering, you're following the directions. If it wants the letter, just put the letter. If it wants it written out for a different assignment, you write it out. I just wanted to remind you that. Just make sure you're reading the directions. All right. We'll probably have time for one more before the video cuts out. So I'm going to go over thirds. This one's a little trickier. So they still gave us the same half number line. They only cut it in half. Well, that's not going to help me right now. So what I did was create, again, another number line the same length, but instead of cutting it in half, I cut it into 3. Now, why did I cut it into 3 equal parts? Because we're dealing with the sixth under the denominator. We're dealing with sixths. So 3s and 6s are cousins, because we can't make 6 unless we have 3 thirds. So this number line had to get cut into thirds. I made the number line, guys. That's why I'm saying notebook paper is very important. I made the number line. I cut it into 3. This one was the one we've had to practice quite a bit in school. It's not the easiest to draw thirds. Again, use the roof example. Make your rectangle and then just erase the roof, and you can see as best as you can. It doesn't have to be exact, but as long as you can see that this is roughly equal, 3 equal parts. Now, you're saying, well, they're not asking for thirds, Miss San Juan, they're asking for sixths. Correct. But if I cut each of these parts in half, then I no longer have 3 parts, I have 6 parts. And I'm going to do that right here. If I cut this one right here, that was a turn. And I cut this one here. And then I cut this one here. Okay, now you can see we have sixths. 6. Not a fan of that word. That's kind of a tongue twister. Okay, now we can see, let's locate where these are. The easiest way to do that is just number your fractions, guys. Let's not cut corners, and let's just number it. So let's try this tool. I was not a fan of this the other day, but let's give it another shot. So when I say number it, we're going to put the right here. And we said that's 0. So that fraction would actually be 0 over 6, or 0/6. And I'm going to need that to shrink a little bit. Okay, it's not going to want me to. This would be 1/6. And I'm going to have to move it a little. Oh boy. Technical difficulties. All right, we're back. And it's not going to. Woosah. Okay, guys. We're going to figure this out. Okay, I'm back. Okay. 1/6. Then the next line would be 2/6. The next line would be 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and the whole number 1 obviously would be 6/6. And I'll just make this a little bit bigger so it fits. Okay. So there you go. I numbered each jump, each line, 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and 6/6. Okay, so now if you drew that, you can compare it just with your eyes and say, well, what letter would match up with 3/6? Well, think about it, guys. If I had a pizza and I cut it into 6 pieces and you ate 3 of them, how much did you eat? Well, if you ate 3 and I ate 3, I'm pretty sure you ate half a pizza. That is another equivalent fraction or equal fraction. So 3/6 is actually the same as half or 1/2. So when the number 5 came along and they're asking you, where is 3/6? 3/6 is where B is. B is on 1/2. The other one was 1/6. You can, this is where your test taking skills, you can just look at a number line and say, okay, I know the bigger the denominator gets, the smaller the fraction is. Okay, so if I'm talking about 1/6, I know it's not close to the 1 because that would be 6/6 if I was dealing with 6. And I just found out 3/6 was halfway. Well, if I know 3/6 is definitely bigger than 1/6, there's really only one choice here, and that would be A. And that is learning to break down a question and say, well, it can't be C or D. Because if it was C or D, that would be something greater than 3/6, and we already found out 3/6 was B. So 1/6 would actually be around here, and this is where you have to start able to break the number line down and say, exactly where would 1/6 be? Well, it's definitely smaller than 1/2, so that's why a good guess would be A. And we're going to practice this more. Number line is difficult to do distance learning, guys. We'd do a lot more hands-on stuff in class. We would actually be drawing it from scratch. But we have to work with what we have right now, and you guys are doing great. And a lot of you are participating and making an effort, and that's all I can really ask for. It is almost Friday. This lesson, I kept it short. The independent work is similar, because I wanted some of you to perfect this and be comfortable with looking at it, trying this new strategy of drawing a number line and breaking it apart. As long as it's the same size number line, you can choose where to break it apart. And so that's what I want you practicing today before we move on to different number line worksheets or practice problems, okay? I will see you for Friday, and I will definitely have greetings and morning announcements on our Friday module. See you guys tomorrow. Email me if you have any questions.